Hello everyone, welcome to my video. I decided I wanted to make a card today and I thought I would just share the process with you. So I'm just going to go right through this card. I haven't prepared ahead of time really. I've got my supplies out and a few things, but we're just going to make this together, and as I go along I will give you tips and hopefully it turns out. So I started making it already, and this is kind of what we're going to do. So it's going to be 2 panels. This one will be raised a little bit when we're all done. And the supplies you need is a stamp set. I'm using the Sunny Studio Everything's Rosy, and it's a layered stamp set. You'll also need 2 pieces of white cardstock. I have one in my MISTI already, so you'll need 1 piece that is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and your other piece will be 3.5 by 4 3/4. And my cat is going to get in the picture here. Hopefully she'll keep going. You also need some inks. I am using Close to My Heart inks, and I just got 3 colors of pink and reds and 3 colors of greens. I have some colored pencils that I'm going to use, and this may be a 2-part video. We'll see how it goes. I also have some dimensional tape, or you can use the pop dots, and then my stamp cleaners. And so let's just get started here. And what I'm going to do, you'll also need some paper, sticky paper to make your masks from, and possibly a piece of scrap paper. We'll see. So what I'm going to do is I have my small piece of cardstock in my MISTI already, and I'm going to lay out my 2 roses. Well, 1 rose to start with, and I'm going to start with the large rose, and I'm going to put it there because I want to do some layering. So I'm going to show you how to do the layering. So you start with the solid stamp and your lightest color of ink, and my lightest color is the Pixie, like I said, from Close to My Heart. Now, I have a hard time holding on to these because they're so thin, so a trick I do is put them together, and then it gives me a little more to hold on to. I can ink up my stamp. Okay. Stamp that flower first, and I'm going to stamp this all first because then I'm going to put my next rose and I'm going to put a mask on it. So let's just get this one all stamped first. And this one has like 5 layers, but I'm only going to do 3 because then I'm going to use my pencil for some of the rest of it. So just line it up, and mine may be off because I can't get my head in there to see exactly where it's supposed to be. So hopefully it's close enough. Then take the second color, medium color, and stamp that one. And then we're going to do our 3rd layer, and we'll be done with this rose for the moment. That was a little bit off, but it will be okay because when I get to the colored pencils, they'll fix any mistakes I made along the way. Then our third layer, we're taking our darkest, and mine is the ruby from Close to My Heart. Now this technique is a lot easier if you have a MISTI or some kind of stamping tool, but you can do it with your stamping blocks as well. It's just would be a little bit more complicated. So now I made a mask and I cut it out already, so I just stamped the first layer and cut that out to make a mask. And this gets really sticky, so I'm going to rub a little bit off on my arm so it's not quite so sticky. And this isn't looking very pretty right now, but when we're all done, hopefully it will. Okay, now I can layer my second rows. Where did I put it? There it is. And I want it, okay, I think I have this kind of upside down, so let me see how it's supposed to go. Yeah. Okay, so I want this one right there, and as you can see, I'm layering it over my mask. And make sure you have the right side down, or you'll make a big mess. Okay. Sorry, I'm just checking to see if I have it layered the right way. Yep. And then I'm going to layer one of my leaves, just to save a little bit of time here. We're going to put the first layer of leaf right there. Now this starts getting tricky because when we do our second panel, we're going to want our leaf to line up. But I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. That one didn't stick. Okay, now for my leaf, I'm going to take the lightest green, which is Sweet Leaf. And the lightest pink again for my flower. Just stamp those on. Now, this is where it's going to get tricky. Okay, can you see where that's all bubbly? I'm going to stamp it again because I don't want it all bubbly. Excuse me. Yeah, that's a little better. Okay, now I'm going to take, now I need to move this so I can stamp my leaf before I take it off. And I've marked on here where I want my small piece to go back in. And I want my larger piece to go right at the 5 mark. So I've already marked that. And now we're going to ink this up again and stamp it, and hopefully everything will come out right. Yep, it's lining up, so good. Yay. All right. Okay, now I need to put my small piece back in. This is where it might get a little bit complicated, so hopefully you remember what you're doing. Sometimes it gets a little confusing. Okay, we can clean that one off and move it to another spot. So I'm going to put it right there. And then I need the second layer of my rose. You see what I mean? A little confusing. But it will be cool when it all works out. So, alright. I don't want to stick my head in the way, so I would line this up better if I were just doing it. Or I'm getting it the best I can without sticking my head in the way. So we're still on the lightest color of green because we're doing the first layer over on another section. And then we're on our medium pink for the flower. And, oh, see, I can't hold on to it very well. Hopefully I got that, but if not, my pencils will make up the difference. Okay, and now we don't need to worry about moving our paper because this isn't going to go off the edge like the other one did. So we can do part 3 of our flower. And we can move our leaf up here. Okay. So on our leaf, we're still on our first layer, so we want our lightest color. And this is getting tricky because they're really close together. So if you don't feel comfortable doing that, you can do them separately. And then we're on our darkest color for the flower. Okay. I have to do my leaf again, yep. Okay, but I got the flower all right, so we'll move it out of the way and do the leaf better. I probably should just done it separately. But, you live and learn, right? Okay, so let's do the leaf one more time with the lightest color. Okay, now before we take the leaf off, we gotta move our paper again. So I'm gonna put it right back at the 5-inch mark. Now my magnets are stuck together. That wasn't too hard. Okay. And we're still on the lightest color because it's going over the edge and we're printing it on this larger paper. Okay, cool. Now, I'll show you what that looks like. See, when we're all done, it's gonna pop up and have a little bit of dimension there. So let's put this one back in, line it up with my marks. And now I have another mask for this small flower so that I can put some more leaves on there. So let's put a leaf. Oh, and I might I might get it over there, so I want to layer. I made a mask for that leaf too, just in case they overlap a little bit. Yeah, like that. Now the leaves, we're still doing the first layer, so this technique, I guess, or card, takes a little bit of time just to get your base down. Okay. Then I want one more leaf right up here. And where it's going over the edge, I need my other paper again. And the lightest color of ink. Okay, now we're done with layer number 1 on the leaves. And we're done with the roses. So we're going to do layer number 2. And since I have this here already, I'm just going to line it up. Okay, I think that's where I want it. Oh, like I said, if it's close enough, I can fix it with my pencils when I get to that part. So now we want our medium color. I'm using Fern. Okay. I'm just going to set that over here out of the way so that I can use it again in a second. Oh, that's pretty dark. Okay. It's not supposed to be that dark, I don't think. Alright, okay, let's put this one back in. Oh, my magnets want to stick to each other. Okay, let's do this one now. So I have 3 more to go. And we're probably just going to do these 2 layers because that is really dark. Alright. So that is good for you guys. You don't have to sit here and watch me do it. Okay, I'm going to do this one first. And you can see I got that one quite a bit off, but I still think I can fix it with my pencils. Stamp this one. Wonder if I got my lids mixed up. No, I don't think so. I don't know. I'm going to stamp this on a scrap paper and see if I got my lids mixed up. Nope, I guess not. Boy, that is, whoops, I'm knocking my camera down. That is just really dark. Alright, we'll go with it. It's about all we do at this point, right? Okay. And you notice I clean my stamp every time so that I can line it up and not leave a mark where I don't want it. So we're going to stamp this one next. I can't see this really well, so I'm just guessing that that's about where I want it. Need to stick my head in there, but you don't want to see my head, so. Okay. Now remember, we have our masks on, so all this mess in the center is gonna not be there in this minute. I gotta move this one so I can stamp the outside part. And then I'm gonna line it up on this one. Okay, so this is where I'm going to end, and then I'm going to do part 2. And in part 2, we will use the pencils, and we will finish putting the card together. So thank you for watching. I hope you'll join me in part 2, and we'll go from there. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.